my loyal fan base of like 2 people. Today, I think this might be my first video besides my channel trailer, so I kind of just wanted to do something a little bit unscripted and just kind of silly, funny, and art related. So in like today's video, I will be showing you part 1 of remaking my old, really corny Five Nights at Freddy's fan comic. Oh my god. I always forget how bad the first chapter of this comic is art-wise. It's hard to believe I only made this like a year and a half ago. My art has changed so much since then. So what you're seeing across the screen now is the pages that we are going to be remaking today. As you can see, we're going through a lot here, and yeah. So we will be starting out with page 1 with Henry and William. So as you can see, we kind of used William's old design, like the little sprite of him for this, but in this redesign, I wanted to go with something a little bit more different and a little bit more like humanized, kind of like you see in the Five Nights at Freddy's fan art where he's named like Vincent or something. I love that design a lot, so I decided to go with that. Henry's design hasn't changed too drastically, but I think it is a big improvement from last year's comic. So some things I've added here was, instead of using the text that comes with Ibis paint, I used my own handwriting, which is, well, pretty messy, but I feel like it's more authentic. And I also added some little neon effects to whenever William does something. So as you'll see for most of the old comic, the layout for the pages mostly stayed the same, of having like the 3 rows and like 6 panels. But here, I decided just to separate it into 3 rows and 3 panels. So instead of having the side turn of Dallas kind of inspecting herself, I just had her eyes, and then I had a view of her full face. Another thing I did was, instead of having William hold up a mirror to show Dallas, I had him turn around a computer monitor, and you can kind of see the little effects over Dallas where she's kind of looking at herself in a camera, which I think is super cute. So pretty similar to what I did in the last page, I separated it into 3 rows. Instead of 9 panels, I just used 4. So at the very top, you can see William and Henry kind of talking. Then Henry directs Dallas to head to Roxy Raceway, is where they can find the animatronics, and Dallas has no idea where that is. In the original page, Dallas kind of had a separate frame of her kind of inner thoughts, like, where is that? But here, I just decided to have like a little bit of like a transparent ghost version floating behind her, wondering where it is. So this next page is probably one of my favorite pages in the comic. It's where Dallas enters the main Pizzaplex for the first time, and she is awestruck. Instead of just having it start with her walking through the halls, I had her kind of walking off the stage, showing that she just came out of the like workshop area. And then I kind of redesigned the map bot a little bit to look more game accurate. And another thing I did was, unlike in the original where it only had the original GLAM rocks on the little map icon, I actually added in Dallas. So here we have just cut away, and I'm kind of just showing my process of adding Dallas into the GLAM rocks. I traced parts of Roxy and Freddy just to like kind of keep that style going from the actual game, and then I added her in. It's not the most seamless, but I think it works well enough. Back to this, we are finishing it off, and I really like how this turned out. And finally, we get to the page where we officially meet Roxy and the other bandmates. This was my absolute favorite to be able to redesign, as the original GLAM rocks kind of stuck too close to their game designs, but also differed in a way that it did not look good. I didn't add too much to their, like, the GLAM rock designs, but I did add some little bits and some more better color harmony, so I hope you guys can appreciate that. Out of all of the art I've done in this episode, this has to be my favorite. So for this next page, we see Roxy and Dallas talking about going back to Rockstar Row, as it is time for all the animatronics to return to their rooms. I really love the way that Dallas and Roxy look in this page compared to the old version. They look so much cleaner, the anatomy looks a lot better, and it just looks like there was a lot more effort put in, which there was. Which I absolutely adore how they look. I cannot stress that enough. I also think the little shot of the speaker looks a lot better than it did in the original, and I also adjusted the lighting to make their eyes glow. In the original comic, this is probably the worst page, but in the new one, I think it's one of the best. In the original comic, I loved how the room looked. I put a lot of effort into it back then, and all I really did was adjust Dallas's little pictures and change out the posters to more modern art. Besides, I changed one of the posters to be a frame of Dallas from the old comic. So here you can see me doing Dallas, and I think this is probably my favorite frame of her. She looks so cute and so excited, and she's just so happy to be in the Pizzaplex, and she's so happy to see her room for the first time. So our next frame, or our next page actually, is our kind of a soft launch into our introduction of Eclipse. So as you know, they are the daycare attendant. Of course, they are very crafty with the kids. So in this page, Dallas discovers a little gift from them. It's just kind of a welcome gift to Dallas, a little plushie that they made. In the original one, the plushie looked a lot more like poorly put together, but I think since they work with the kids so much and they do so much art, that the plushie would look a lot better, which is what I did here. Now for a bit of a switch up. Compared to what I've been doing in the past pages, I've actually simplified this page a lot. It had quite a bit going on in the original, and I think if it's simplified, it would just look a lot better, which I'm glad I trusted my intuition, because it does. It looks great. I love how Dallas looks here. She just looks so tired after just waking up from charging, and you can see the shot of her opening the door. I like how the buttons on the door look a lot more, and the lighting in here also looks pretty good. So that's our final one for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I know this is a pretty short video, and I'm hoping to make the next one longer. And let me know if you guys would like to see more of this as a series, because I really do enjoy, like, kind of just showing off and talking over my process of redesigning these pages. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!